Happy holidays devoted to ballists. Another year is coming to an end, and it's time to review the current state of development of Catechesis. A lot of news to share with you. As always, we'll discuss the project's current progress and efforts, introduce new enemies, and reveal some of the secondary characters. Stay tuned until the end for a fun new trailer and the first news about the upcoming game demo. Latest news. As we mentioned in the previous devlog, we have launched mod support on Steam for Yuppie Psycho, and with that, we organized a contest during the month of September to choose the best ones. These are the winners. In third place, Sintranet, Decay, by Bobana. It's a new day at Sintracore, and the offices look more secure than ever. But Ray assigns Brian a new task: find access to Sintranet to retrieve some lost data. Brian will be forced to make some very drastic decisions throughout this story. In second place, Doshi's Jukebox, by Leonard. A visit to Doshi's lab gives us access to new dialogue from our favorite IT guy, a few dances, and the complete list of music tracks from the game. And the first place winner is The Coffee Nightmare by Coop_Coop. We want to highlight how well all the resources of this mod system have been used, allowing you to take advantage of your own adventure designs. When Ray asks Brian to fix the coffee machine, the office becomes a strange maze where you have to find all the missing parts and make Mr. Devil a coffee. If you liked Yuppie Psycho, don't miss these mods, which will be great additions while you wait for Catechesis. What are you waiting for? Try them out. But that's not all. A member of our team has prepared a new mod for you. In it, we once again step into Brian's shoes to find an ancient device that will shed light on the reasons for the closure of the infamous Floor 6. What mystery lies hidden in this unexplored setting? You can play it right now on Steam. Development. It's time to dive into the current state of Catechesis. We've been slowly progressing and refining some key aspects of the game, and it's finally approaching its final state. Next year, you'll get the chance to see these elements for yourself and try them out, so we're making sure they're up to par. As we mentioned in the previous devlog, our latest tasks have focused on improving the combat experience, with greater accessibility and flexibility to make it as satisfying as possible. Some of these improvements include: we've added a bar that displays Daniel's ammunition, so that when you're focused on combat, you can see this information immediately. Enemies now have a health bar as well, which makes it easier to understand how much damage you're dealing and helps you decide whether to save a bullet and finish a foe with a melee attack. We've also introduced new animations, colors, and screen shake effects that make the weapons feel more impactful and fun to use. Each weapon now features its own distinct crosshair, which makes their differences easier to feel at a glance. Finally, we are also working on a quick access weapon menu. Which one would you prefer, in a wheel or a carousel? Leave your comment below this video. Here, we can show you a comparison, the before and after. Previously, the feedback was somewhat vague, but thanks to small adjustments and a more refined interface, we have now achieved greater precision, fluidity, and satisfying impact. What do you think? Do you have any additional suggestions for improving it? I invite you to share references to your favorite games in terms of combat mechanics in the comments. Characters. As part of their church activities, Daniel and his grandfather Ezekiel visit the sick at the Geneva Pine Medical Institute to keep them company and offer support. When Ezekiel's health is in danger, Daniel soon finds himself visiting the hospital more often than he would like, and with that, having more than one sinister encounter within its sterile walls. Daniel's primary care physician is none other than Dr. Mandeo. This young medical genius is the head of the clinic and a natural researcher. His friendly and serious demeanor stands out among the motley crew of strange and restless patients. When Ezekiel suddenly falls ill, Mandeo personally takes the initiative to monitor his poor health, but also to look after Daniel's emotional well-being. Helping him in his work is the ever-positive Nurse Deb. Her great social skills and kindness have won her the sympathy of all the patients. It's not all smiles. Deb hides a great strength that will be of help at a critical moment. But don't worry, until that moment comes, she'll just steal your heart. Dr. Mandeo, Nurse Deb, and the clinic originally appeared in the first draft of Catechesis, although their appearance and attitude were very different. This new Mandeo is somewhat more realistic and complex, but still has more than one secret hidden away. Nurse Deb is more proactive and shows more of her aptitudes. The clinic has also grown into a full-fledged hospital, with several patients, a large staff, a laboratory, and of course, a morgue. enemies. We've already seen some of the lesser demons that haunt Daniel, so it's time to move on to the heavyweights. This is Glossar. His worm-like body with little legs may not look very scary, but that doesn't make him any less fearsome. For starters, he's the first enemy with a long attack range thanks to his extended tongue. With it, he can damage and trap Daniel, allowing other melee enemies to close in and finish him off. That's right, Glossars don't attack alone. They can attach their grotesque mouths to the ground and generate comus. In addition, Glossars are quite resilient and strong in themselves, so they won't go down with just a few slashes or bullets. They promise to be special enemies. We want to push the combat a bit further with this enemy, adding challenge without letting the fight descend into chaos. It's a delicate balance. In early tests, we found that when players face more than 2 enemies at once, they often end up jumping around without a clear strategy. Our goal with this encounter is to encourage players to use a melee weapon to clear out the smaller foes while saving their stronger gun for the Glossar, all while keeping an eye on its tongue attack, which has a very clear tell. We're excited to see how you help us refine this encounter once playtesting begins. Now we leave you with a fun new trailer for Catechesis, originally released for a Halloween event.
This game was brought to you from the creator of Yuppie Psycho. Geneva Pine Medical Institute sponsored this trailer. Copy Copa Supermarket sponsored this trailer. Special thanks to Ground Foundation Trust for their support.
Daniel, an altar boy from a strange forgotten faith, gets possessed by something ancient and evil.
Oh no, poor Daniel.
Now, every time he does a good deed, a portal to hell cracks open. This nightmare will bring you an unforgettable journey into fear, guided by a story that refuses to be forgotten.
Also very cute and memorable characters that you would love.
Slow-paced twin-stick combat, strike from a distance, face the horrors up close, or roll away before they drag you in the abyss.
If you are too afraid of monsters like me, you can also hide under a desk.
A mesmerizing score by Michael Garrod Kelly, haunting melodies that echo long after the nightmare ends.
Maybe I listen to it with the lights on just in case.
You can run, you can fight, but you can't escape what's already inside you.
Catechesis. Catechesis. Catechesis.
As you may have seen in the devlog, we are polishing many graphical details of the game. That's because we are already working on the demo. It's still a little too early to know when it will be released, but would you like to help us by doing a playtest? All you need to do is sign up using the form found on our Discord, social media, or in the description of this video. That's all for now. Stay tuned, because in 2026, the Kingdom of Heaven will open. Amen to Baal.